Have you ever wanted to talk about your hobbies in English, but you didn't know how to start? Maybe you knew the words in your language, but in English, nothing came out.
That happens to so many learners, and today we are going to fix that. We are going to have a real English conversation about hobbies so you can hear how it sounds, learn the words, and feel ready to do it yourself.
Welcome to Fluent English Cafe. I'm Anna.
And I'm Tony, and we are really happy you are here with us today.
This podcast is for English learners who want to practice their listening, grow their vocabulary, and actually enjoy the process. We speak slowly and clearly just for you.
And if you want more episodes like this one, please subscribe to Fluent English Cafe right now. Grow your English here with us every single week.
Okay, so hobbies. Tony, let's start with the basics. What is a hobby?
Good question. A hobby is something you do for fun, not for work, not because someone told you to, just because you enjoy it, because it makes you happy.
Exactly. So, for example, reading books is a hobby. Playing football is a hobby. Cooking is a hobby. Drawing, gardening, walking, all hobbies.
Basically, anything you do in your free time for pleasure, that is a hobby.
And free time means the time when you are not working or studying, your personal time, your relaxing time.
Okay, so Anna, let's get into it. What is your hobby?
My hobby is photography. I love taking pictures.
Oh, that's really cool. Are you like a professional photographer? Do you have a big camera, all the equipment?
No, nothing like that. I just use my phone.
Just your phone?
Yes, just my phone. But modern phones have really amazing cameras, Tony. You don't need a big expensive camera anymore.
Okay, fair enough. I believe you. So what do you like to take pictures of?
I love nature. Flowers, trees, the sky, water. I find nature really beautiful, and I love trying to capture that beauty in a photo.
Well, that sounds really peaceful, actually. Do you go out specifically to take photos? Like, do you plan it?
Sometimes, yes. Last weekend, actually, I went to the big park near my house specifically to take photos. It was a beautiful sunny day, not too hot, perfect light.
No, nice. And did you get some good ones?
Well, this is where the story gets a little sad.
No. Tell me.
So I was walking through the park and I saw this bird. It was sitting on a branch very close to me. It was bright red, so beautiful and very small. And I thought, okay, this is the photo. This is the one.
Oh, I love this. I can already feel the tension.
So I moved very, very slowly. I didn't want to scare it. I held up my phone. I found the perfect angle. I could already see the photo in my head. It was going to be amazing.
And?
And my phone died.
No.
0% battery. Just black screen. Nothing.
Anna.
The bird was still there?
The bird was still sitting right there on the branch, looking at me like, are you going to take the photo or not?
And you just stood there?
I just stood there with my dead phone, and then the bird flew away, just like that.
That is such a sad story. I feel so sorry for you. But also, I'm laughing a lot.
Yes, it's funny now. In the moment, I wanted to cry a little bit. That bird was so beautiful.
The lesson here, always charge your phone before you go out.
Always charge your phone. I know this now. Lesson learned.
Okay, so photography is your hobby. What do you love about it, apart from the times when your phone is dead?
I love that it makes me slow down. When I'm looking for a good photo, I really look at the world around me. I notice things I normally walk past. A flower on the ground, an interesting shadow, the color of the sky at a specific moment. Photography teaches me to pay attention.
Oh, That's really beautiful, actually. I never thought about it like that.
It's like the world is always interesting. You just have to look properly.
I love that. Okay, so now me.
Yes, Tony, what is your hobby?
My hobby is cooking. I love being in the kitchen.
Oh, really? Are you a good cook?
I think I am a very good cook.
You think?
I am a very good cook, most of the time.
Most of the time. Okay. Tell me about the other times.
Okay, so last week I decided to make pasta from scratch. Real Italian pasta the proper way.
Ooh, that sounds impressive.
It was going to be very impressive. I had everything ready. I was very focused. I was listening to music. I was feeling very confident, very professional, you know?
I already don't trust this story.
So I make the pasta dough, I roll it out, everything looks beautiful. Then I put the water on to boil, and I think, I need to add something to the water. And I look on the counter, and I see a white powder.
Oh, no.
And I think, yes, salt. Perfect. So I add a very generous amount to the water. A very generous amount.
Tony, please tell me it was salt.
It was not salt.
Oh, what was it?
It was sugar. I put 2 big spoons of sugar in my pasta water.
Sugar pasta.
Sugar pasta. And the worst part, I didn't realize until I tasted it. I took one bite and I sat down on the kitchen floor.
You sat on the floor?
I needed a moment. It was a very difficult moment for me.
That is so funny. What did you do?
I threw it away, the whole thing, all that work. And then I ordered a pizza.
Of course you did. Tony, you have to read the labels.
Yes, I know this now. I read everything now. Every label, every packet. I trust nothing.
This is what cooking teaches you. Always read the label.
Always read the label. Very important life lesson.
Okay, so apart from sugar pasta, what do you love about cooking?
I love that you can be creative. You don't always have to follow the recipe exactly. You can try things. You can add something different. You can make a dish your own. And when it works, when you taste something and it's delicious and you made it yourself, that feeling is really special.
I completely agree. It's like photography in a way. Both are creative.
Exactly. You're making something. You're expressing yourself.
Okay, so we have photography and cooking, but Tony, do you have any other hobbies?
Actually, yes. I also like walking. I go for long walks, especially on weekends.
Oh, me too. I love walking in nature. Where do you usually go?
I like forests. I love the smell of the trees, the quiet, the fresh air. It feels very different from the city.
It really does. It clears your head.
Yes, exactly. Although I have a small story about walking too.
Oh no, another story.
This one is a little embarrassing.
Of course it is. Tell me.
So a few weeks ago, I decided to go walking in a new forest, a forest I had never been to before. And it was beautiful, really big, lots of trees, very green.
Did you bring a map?
No.
Tony.
I thought, I don't need a map. I have a good sense of direction. I will be fine.
You never have a good sense of direction if you think you have a good sense of direction.
That is very true and very wise. So I walked for a long time. I was enjoying it. I saw some flowers. I saw a little river. Very lovely. But then I looked up and the sun was going down.
Oh no.
And I looked around and every single tree looked exactly the same. Left, trees, right, trees, in front, trees, behind, trees.
You were lost.
I was completely lost, and I tried to use my phone to find my way, but there was no signal, no internet, nothing.
No internet in the forest? That is a nightmare.
It really was. So I started to walk. I didn't know which direction, I just walked. And I was starting to feel a little nervous. And then I heard, woof woof.
A dog!
A big friendly dog came running through the trees. And behind him, a man with a flashlight. And the man looked at me and said, "Are you lost?"
What did you say?
I said, No, I'm fine. I'm just looking at this tree. It's a very interesting tree."
You said that?
I was embarrassed. I didn't want to admit it.
Tony, it was dark. You were walking in circles. The man had a flashlight. Of course you were lost.
He knew. He absolutely knew. He very kindly showed me the way back to my car, and the dog was very happy to help, very enthusiastic, jumping around everywhere.
The dog saved you.
The dog saved me. I owe that dog everything.
So now when you go walking, do you take a map?
I take a map, I take a fully charged phone because I learned from you, and I stay on the path.
Good, very good. We are both learning.
We really are.
You know, Tony, I also started a new little hobby recently. A very small, very quiet hobby.
Oh yeah? What is it?
Gardening, but just on my balcony. I have 3 plants.
3 plants. That's a garden.
It is a very cozy garden. I have basil, mint, and a small cactus.
Basil and mint, you could use those in cooking. Very useful plants.
Exactly, that's the plan. Fresh herbs from my own garden.
And the cactus?
The cactus is just for company.
Okay. Does it give good company?
The cactus is very quiet, but very reliable. I appreciate that.
Do you talk to your plants? Some people say it helps them grow.
Maybe a little.
Anna?
I say good morning to the basil. Is that strange?
A little bit strange. Does it answer?
Not yet, but I feel like we are building a relationship.
A relationship with the basil. Okay, I respect that.
Thank you, Tony.
You know, I want to say something to everyone listening right now. You are using your free time to practice English. That is a hobby too, and it is one of the best ones.
That is such a good point. Listening to English podcasts, watching English videos, practicing every day, that is a hobby. And like all hobbies, the more you do it, the better you get.
And you don't have to be perfect. I made sugar pasta.
I forgot to charge my phone.
I got lost in a forest.
And that is all okay. The goal is not to be perfect. The goal is to enjoy it and keep going.
Because every time you practice, your English grows a little more. And that adds up. Over weeks, over months, the difference is real.
Okay, we have a question for you, and we really want to know your answer. Write in the comments, what is your hobby? Just say, my hobby is, and then finish the sentence. It can be one word, it can be a sentence, anything.
We read every single comment. We love to see what you write.
And if you enjoyed this episode, please share it with a friend who is learning English. Learning together is so much more fun. Trust us.
It really is. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do it now. Grow your English here at Fluent English Cafe. We have a new episode every week, and we would love to see you there.
I'm Anna.
I'm Tony.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us.
Take care of yourselves, charge your phones,
Read your labels.
stay on the path.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.